In this video, I'm going to discuss why I do not feel bad about trapping and or shooting coyotes, even when I do not eat their meat. I truly feel it is my responsibility as a conservationist to help control the coyote population. If you love everything outdoors and believe we have a deep-seated responsibility to manage the environment to ensure future generations have wild game to utilize as a resource, then I ask you to click on that subscribe button and click on that notification bell. Give the video a share on Facebook, and let's open up a dialogue on what we need to do as sportsmen to ensure our great land and all the animals will be around for generations. In the 1800s, we decimated animal populations of elk, deer, bison, wolf, and the grizzly bear under flag of manifest destiny. During the first 3 decades of the 20th century, the alarming number of game animals in serious decline led to many sportsmen to believe certain species would eventually perish. However, through public concern, enlightened management policies, and an infusion of sportsmen's dollars, these animals begin to come back. But in the last 3 decades, one species has fallen into troubling decline, and that species is the mule deer, the symbol of all that is wild and free in the mountainous West. There are many contributing factors to the decline of the mule deer. Loss of habitat due to wildfires, competition from elk and whitetail, cattle and sheep, but the single most statistical fact is the increase in predators. In 1988, mule deer populations were at an all-time high, and in the 90s, a predator imbalance began to take place, not only in the West, but throughout the United States: the coyote. In the last 100 years, the coyote has spread to regions it has never habited in the previous 10,000 years. Prior to European settlers, the coyote population was limited to the southwest United States and the Great Plains. This graphic shows an archaeological finding that supports that data. As we enter the 20th century, the coyote population expanded to include the Great Plains region of the United States, stretching west to the highest desert. Since the 1930s, coyote populations have expanded to all reaches of the continental United States, stretching up to Alaska and down to Central America. From my research, we can narrow this down to 2 specific reasons. The first reason, the transformation of the American continent. Coyotes need a food source and a place to hide from other large predators. As settlers arrived and started transforming dense forests into agricultural land, the coyote had more places to hide. See, coyotes prefer to live in open land over a dense forest. Researchers do not know why, but the belief is that coyotes like to live in the open to ensure larger predators like mountain lions and wolves can't sneak up on them. As we created more edges for the coyotes to roam, the population exploded. Along with these new open fields, we provided an easy food source in the form of livestock. This ensures the coyote does not have to look very far for its next meal. The National Agricultural Statistics Service released in 2004 that the coyote is the single most abundant livestock predator in the western North America, causing the majority of sheep, goat, and cattle losses. Coyotes were responsible for 224,000 sheep deaths in 2004, which made up 2.2% of the entire sheep population in the United States for that year. The second reason, the removal of the wolf and other large predators. As we headed west and cleared land for new settlements, we killed every large predator we saw: the grizzly bear, the mountain lion, and especially the gray wolf. Our ancestors did this in a belief it was for their own safety and the safety of their livestock. We took the grizzly bear and wolf population down to near extinction levels, and the coyote took advantage of this. See, the coyote breeds faster than any other predator and cannot be controlled with normal management practices. Roland Kays, a research associate professor at North Carolina State University and the North Carolina Museum of Natural Sciences, has concluded you cannot get rid of coyotes. It doesn't work. The only thing that will reduce coyote numbers are wolves. Animal populations and the coyote. The Southeast is a very interesting stage for the study of the coyote's effect on deer population. The coyote has only been present in South Carolina and Georgia for about 30 years. Since then, South Carolina has seen a 23% decrease in the deer population between 2002 and 2005. Georgia's deer population has decreased 28% from 2001 to 2005, and Alabama's population has dropped 48% between 2004 and 2011. In 2007, a study of a herd near Auburn, Alabama showed a 67% fawn mortality rate, with coyotes accounting for 63% of that death toll. Coyotes are opportunists. When animals are the most vulnerable, the coyote will be lurking in the background, waiting for its time to attack and get a quick meal. Look at these images taken from a trail cam. I found these images from hunting.outdoorsy.com. Here we have two coyotes trap this deer and attack it until it bleeds out. This is typically how coyotes attack deer. They strike from behind repeatedly until the deer passes out from a lack of blood. Here we have a doe with two fawns just from the womb. Here the coyote waits for its opportunity to strike and ambush these fawns. In this case, he was successful and gets away with one of the young deer for a quick meal. We have created a major problem, and it is our duty to work towards a means of creating a balance in the ecosystem. I am pro-wolf, pro-grizzly, and am all for controlling the coyote population by any means possible. I know that we will never be able to control the population of coyotes with hunting, poisoning, or trapping alone. In Oregon, until wolves have returned to their home ranges and drive the coyotes out, we will never have the mule deer populations my grandfather talked about. We can't control the wolf population. We can control the grizzly population, but we cannot control the coyote population without these large predators. I know this is a very unpopular opinion, but the science is out there. We as man have created a large imbalance in the ecosystem with the introduction of invasive species such as cattle, sheep, and goats, providing predators easy meals. In order to get elk and deer populations to return, we need to achieve a balance of all predators. Bring back the wolves, control their numbers, and in terms of deer and elk will return. I know people will post links of images of elk being killed by a pack of wolves, but I encourage you not to lose sight of the coyote. Anti-wolf people will scream about elk populations decreasing in Idaho, Montana, and Wyoming, and I agree. The pendulum has swung too far, and now the states need to manage their predator population. As stated earlier, wolf populations can be controlled. Due to the changes we have made in the landscape, we cannot just let nature work it out. The high wolf pup survival rate we are seeing in the Rocky Mountain states is being supported by our domestic animals, and the elk herds suffer. And now we have an unbalance of wolves, and it is our duty to effectively manage the predator population. Once the wolf is managed, the wolf will manage the coyote, and the herds of deer and elk return in numbers we have only dreamed of. As a result of my finding, I have made a commitment to 2019, and I am going to start trapping coyotes. I'm going to make it my personal goal to trap 30 coyotes this year. If every outdoorsman did this, we could help swing the balance of predators to a sustainable level. Subscribe and watch this journey as I fumble my way through a self-taught trapping. If you're a trapper, please let me know what I'm doing wrong in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and comment below, and I hope to see you outside.